Adrian and I wrote the first edition about 4 years ago, and a lot has changed in the world in the last 4 years.
Why is it employees do bad things? Why is it an employee goes from engaged, enthused, dedicated to their job and their work, to suddenly not feeling committed to their organization, actively motivated to want to do harm to their organization?
We've got a whole kind of framework for defining, identifying, spotting high potential. We started with kind of the key traits to look for in what makes high potential, including a high potential leader. But part of what we've done is make sure that we've got a really good framework for understanding what is high potential and the difference between kind of performance and potential. So the important distinction is performance is what's happening today. My performance is how well or not well I'm doing right now. And can we use that to predict my future potential? So does current behavior predict it? Does experience? Does learning predict it? Which is part of the puzzle. But we've also developed a measure of personality.
What we've tried to do in the book is talk about our model of disenchantment, what we think are the key characteristics that drive this process of disenchantment and injustice. We've talked about case studies, academic research that is really important to backing up the theories we've chosen, what the implications are of disenchantment, whether it is counterproductive work behaviors, so your sabotage, your fraud, your theft, whether it is your drop in productivity, your severance in communication in an organization, and importantly, what managers and organizations can do to make themselves more self-aware and understand and identify how it is they might be fostering a culture of disenchantment, and what they can do to potentially identify and rectify these negative practices.
There are 5 factors that we think lead to disenchantment, and the 2 I want to talk about are organizational hypocrisy. Go into an organization, they say these are our values, this is what we believe in, and you know as an employee, it's bollocks. It's just totally untrue.
There's a lot of bullshit around high potential. There's a lot of books, 72,000 I found, written about high potential, and actually it's misunderstood. What I would like to try and get people to think about as an adult, as a parent, is around actually how, or what you do as an individual to impact on your child, then around education, the responsibility of an education to work with that talent. And actually, the key thing, which I've driven for 30 years of running Thomas, was around that lack of self-awareness. People need managers, not companies.